And good evening, everybody, and welcome to IUP Hawk Talk. Jack Benedict here with the coaches of IUP basketball. We'll start it off with women's coach Tom McConnell. Joe Lombardi, men's coach, will be along in just a little while. We're coming to you again live from the C.H. Fields Craft Kitchen at the Hilton Garden Inn. Good to be back with the basketball talk. We are in the middle of February here, and we've got some exciting time. We've had a lot of exciting games go by and not much time to breathe in between, that's for sure. Coach, good to have you with us. And first off, we heard earlier today, when you're playing Monday night, there will be fans up permitted in the KCAC.
That's fantastic, isn't it? Just grateful, and I know our players feel the same way, that their family, friends, and the IUP community can be there. It's just special.
Yeah.
And I was, proud of our team, the way that they responded last night, with the fans not being there. We talked about it. I wanted to make sure that we addressed it, that we were going to have to provide the juice and the energy and not allow it to be a distraction. And so I was really, really proud of them, the way they came out and, just competed.
Yeah, could have used the fans last night. Every little bit helps when you're at home. By the way, that game Monday night with Slippery Rock is at 7 o'clock. So it was a makeup. It was to have been at 5:30. So pass the word along as we're doing that 7 o'clock. All right, for Slippery Rock on Monday night. All right, let's go back to the game last night. Your team right now is 16-6, 10-6, in the thick of things for a playoff spot. Lost to Cal yesterday, 64-59. And you and I talked on the post-game show. One of the big statistic was in the turnover department.
We had 17 to Cal 6, and those 11 possessions to go along with some of the offensive rebounds that we gave up, especially late, I think proved to be the difference. And, prior to that, we had been doing a really good job of taking care of the basketball. When we first came out of the pause, as you recall, it was 26 turnovers, 21 turnovers, and then it was, we cut it down to double digits, and we even had a game or two where we had single-digit turnovers. And so we were really growing in that area, and so made some good decisions, and we've grown in that area. But last night we had a couple possessions where we just would like to, get it back and take care of the ball a little bit better than we did.
I think your description was you hit the wall.
Well, yeah, I thought two things happened simultaneously. We only scored 7 fourth-quarter points, and we kind of hit a wall, and I think Cal had something to do with it. They shifted to a zone at that point, and we didn't hit enough shots against the zone. But for 3 games, at Mercyhurst, at Lock Haven, and the game before that,
Slippery
Rock.
Yeah.
We'd been taking care of the ball, playing good basketball, played really good basketball for 3.5 quarters last night, and then kind of just couldn't find the bottom of the net those last 5 minutes.
The last thing we saw, too, or the other thing that we saw in the statistical department, they had 18 more shots than your team did. That probably because of the way they play defense. And they're always very, very up-tempo and physical.
Yeah, it was a couple steals that they had, but once again, it comes down to we turned it over 17 times. They only turned it over 6. And one of the things that I told our team, I said, sometimes their best offense is they shoot it and they go get it. And they create second shot opportunities. And so that was one of the big differences.
I noticed that since you point that out with players like Bennett on the outside and Harrison, that's what they do. They shoot and they head right for a follow-up.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they get the offensive rebound.
Very athletic, very quick to the ball, strong. They did a good job of that last night, and we weren't able to do the job that we needed to do blocking out.
Yeah. Now, Kara Bachman has had some really good games. and scoring in double figures, even double and whatever. And last night she was only able, or whatever the case may be, to get 2 shots.
2 shots.
So there went a big part of your offense.
Yeah, last night prior to that she had emerged as a double-digit scorer.
Yes.
And had 2 double-doubles in our last 3 games, rebounds and points, 15 points one game, 19 points the other. And that's one of the things, I think, with a young freshman like that, we've got to help her find her spots on the floor that, we don't want that for her. That we want her to come out of there with double-digit shots attempted, at least, and because she's a scoring guard, and so I think that last night will serve as a growing opportunity for her, and I think you'll see her continue to play good basketball down the stretch.
Was she a scoring guard in high school?
She was.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah, that's her mentality.
You talked about athleticism. We see that with California year in and year out. Would you like to get more athleticism? I guess you'd like to get. I'd like to get a 20-point scorer. I'd like to get a 10 rebound person. It's hard to find these people, I'm thinking.
No, absolutely. You always, you want to get the best players that you can, and I think if any time that you can, get more athletic, get more length, on the floor, that's always a good thing. And so that's something that we always are looking for.
Well, look at Lockhaven. We talked about them when we played out there, and you and I had talked about it. They had about half of their roster was 6 feet or 6'1", somewhere in that vicinity. Now, I'm not saying if you get everybody at 6 feet, you're going to win more games. That's not necessarily the case.
Yeah,
but
as you and I talked about, this is a really unique season in that we have gone against some really strong, powerful centers the last several games, from Cal to Slippery Rock to Lockhaven.
Mm-hmm.
Just really strong and powerful players where it's really forced us to double the low post a lot. And I'm really proud of our players, the way that they have responded, and I think they've done a good job. We talked at Slippery Rock, they had a 18-point scorer who finished with
15 rebounds.
Who finished with 7 points, and just give Maura, Deanna a lot of credit, Tierra Preston, a lot of really good low post defense, but our other players, Justina, Gina, trapping the low post, and our guards rotating and getting to the open man. I mean, they really did a good job with that.
Yeah. I had somebody text me earlier, said, and they're out of town, in fact, out of state, said, I have a question, if you'll pass it on to the coach. Do you think, or do you have trouble with the quicker teams?
At times we do. At times we do. They a team like Cal, who's quick and athletic, and they pressure, and they can take you out of your offense, and they force you to, and it's not just us. It's most teams in the league can't match their quickness, and they force you to make basketball plays. Whereas most teams that you play, you're able to run your sets and do the things that you do in practice. But with Cal, because of the pressure, they deny, trap. They force you to go off the bounce and make more plays. And I thought our players grew last night. It wasn't necessarily their pressure defense that, wore us down. We had, in the middle of the fourth quarter, we had a 5-point lead, and then they switched to the zone, and that's when we hit the wall and weren't able to score the basketball.
Mm-hmm. Also, another question that was posed for you. Would you like to get Grace more time if you could? Mangapora, she came along. She's the volleyball player who came along, and you've had to kind of wean her into things little by little. But are there, like in her case perhaps, are there certain games where certain players fit more than others?
Yeah, like last night, it was a team that was, as we talked about, they force you to play off the bounce and drive it. And I thought you saw Maria Ciro have some good success. That was one of her strengths. Michaela Lovelace is, very good at that. Now, we're at Gannon on Saturday, but following that, we're going to play 3 or 4 games in a row where teams are going to play a lot of 2-3 zone. Edinburgh, Slippery Rock, Seton Hill. And Grace is a really good fit for that, and we'll see some time in those games because that's her strength. She can get her feet set and hopefully knock down a couple shots for us.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to be back with more talk about the IUP women's basketball team. Once again, fans are to return to the KCAC Monday night. Team's going to play Slippery Rock, 7 o'clock. It's a makeup game, so it's more Monday night basketball. We'll be back. We're on U92.5, U92Radio.com. You can catch us on U92 Facebook page. We'll be back with Hawk Talk from the Hilton Garden Inn with a coach right after this timeout.
The Co-op store has the largest selection of IUP gifts and apparel. The Co-op is always there with its convenient location and hours. The Co-op store has been serving IUP and the Indiana community since 1933, and all profits are returned to the students through campus programs and activities. The Co-op has all your campus needs from the dorm to the classroom. Visit us online at www.iupstore.com.
Everyone, this is Ryan at Four Wheeling for Less, your local ATV and side-by-side dealership. We specialize in buying, selling, and servicing all major makes and models. In our sales department, we offer financing, warranties, and purchase appraisals. Our service department will keep you up and running for your next adventure, and our parts and accessories department can help you find whatever you're looking for. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or get service work done, visit our website, or give us a call, or stop by today.
Hi, this is Zach, and welcome to Gingerbread Man Running Company, proudly located in the heart of Indiana on Philadelphia Street since 2009. We offer the top models from the best brands of running and walking shoes. Stop in today for your free gait analysis from our expertly trained staff. We are happy to help solve any foot or shoe issue you may have. Please visit our website for more information. Gingerbread Man Running. Catch us if you can.
Kitchen here, C.H. Fields Craft Kitchen at the Hilton Garden Inn. Busy place here tonight. That's always good to see. It'll be busy at the KCAC. On Monday night, we'll be able to see you fans back at the KCAC as the IUP ladies take on Slippery Rock at 7 o'clock. And we're getting down 6 games left for the ladies, 5 games for the men. All right, Coach Tom McConnell's with me right now. 16-6 on the year, 10-6. Let me think back. Okay, let's go way back to maybe the beginning of the season when you started all this practicing in October. You knew you had some seniors. You knew you had some, the combination of people that you had. So here we are, 22 games in. Are we on track or are we off track?
We are a work in progress.
Okay.
And one of the things that has been unique that our team has had to navigate through was, and a lot of teams have had pause and missed players, because of COVID and that kind of thing. But one of the things that made it really unique for us was, for this particular group, was we went to Christmas break, had a really nice, solid win over Shippensburg. Courtney Alexander sets the school record with 9 3-pointers in one game. And we found out the next day that she broke her wrist and that she was going to be missing some time. Then when we came back, 8 days later, we practiced one day, and then COVID went through our team, and we missed 10 days. So they were home for 8, came back and missed 10 days, and then 3 days later, played our first game. And so after an 18-day layoff, and so we knew, and I kept saying, it's going to be like this, ladies. Let's keep working. Let's keep getting better. Let's, and so we've had to work through that. We've had to navigate through that, and the games were canceled, the 4 games coming out, and so we just have found ourselves playing every other day, and so that's been unique. And so whether we're on track or where we want to be and that kind of thing, I just know this, that our players, I couldn't be prouder of them, of the way they have navigated through all the changes, the way they have prepped, played together, sacrificed for one another. And, I just am really enjoying coaching this team, and the thing I try to do is I think you have to, as a coach, temper maybe some of those, I don't want to say, the outcomes and help our players navigate through it because, Courtney's coming back. We talked today. She's coming back from her injury and she's, not able to play the minutes that she wants to play yet at full speed. We played her a lot of minutes last night, but she, her conditioning's not where she wants it to be.
Out.
Yeah. So those kind of things you have to navigate through. But we'll just keep working.
Well, I was going to follow up with Courtney, who was a veteran player and had to go through ACL a couple years ago and all. What did you lose in not having her, in addition to obviously good three-point shooter and double-digit scoring? What else do you lose?
Well, I think the things that everybody sees, would be her three-point shooting. She stretches the defense when she's in there. We're a better team when teams play zone against us when she's on the floor. The things that they don't see would be the leadership, the poise that she has. We're a better team when she's in there because she knows the offense. She can play multiple positions. She's very high basketball IQ and, brings this length defensively to our team when she's in there. So, but once again, very proud of her. I mean, just amazed at her. Just love that, we talked today, and I just wanted to help her reframe, where she's at because she wants to go out and hit 9 threes every night.
Yeah.
And we just talked about, you're playing, you're back. We're a better team when you're in there. You know what I mean? You've got a lot of basketball left to play. Just, the injury could have knocked you out, for the rest of the season.
For the year.
But it didn't. And so let's focus on all the good that you're doing and the things that you bring to our team.
I had another fan who had a note here that asked me to ask you, pass it on to you, about Justina. The fact is, would you like to see her get, and I may have asked you this before, would you like to see her get more shots? Because she will penetrate. She can hit the three from time to time and so on. And so when she's in there and she plays a lot of minutes, would you like her to take more shots? Or doesn't that not go into the equation of what you're doing on the floor?
Without question, we want her to take more shots. We always talk about this, that basketball offensively is not the same for everybody. It's not equal opportunity. Everybody brings different things to the table. And you want your best players, your best scorers to, at the end of the night, take the majority of shots. And so the plays that we run, the sets that we run, the majority of them are she's the first option. And so we want her, to look. And she, it's been an ongoing encouragement, for her to just really break through and not allow the last shot or the last play to affect the next one. And she's just a very unselfish player.
Yeah.
And so I think you'll see her this last month of the season really just kind of break out, and I think she's starting to do that. I mean, she had a tremendous game up at Mercier. She carried us offensively in the first half when we were struggling to score. And so absolutely, yeah, we want her to light it up.
The way you've been playing with all these games and just little rest in between, and then you must take one day off during the week, right? So you played last night. What'd you do today? Then you got to prepare for Gannon for Saturday. I would think you took today off?
Today's off. The way we've been doing it, we've been playing for the last couple of weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday. And so we play Monday. And then the day in between, it's changed. We talked about this before. Normally you'd come in at this time of the year, and you're not on the floor long now. Beginning of the year, it's 2.5 hours. February, you're in there an hour and a half. But what's different now is because it's Monday, Wednesday, and then Saturday, Monday again, that day in between, there's not any contact at all for the players who have played 30-plus minutes. It's more of a walkthrough type thing. You know what I mean? Just showing them. It's a lot of shooting. It's 5-on-0, 3-on-0 offense for us. Just kind of refining because you need to save it for the game, for the next night. So that's an adjustment we've had to make due to the schedule change.
Well, what's nice, of course, you're playing Monday, and that'll be the last Monday, so then it'll be a Wednesday, Saturday deal. Right now, with your record at 10-6 in the midst, in the hunt for playoff spot, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but 1 and 2 get buys, right?
Yep.
So then you have 6 teams make. So 3 and 4 are going to get home games. You got to try to end up in that 3 and 4 spot. I mean, I'm not telling you anything you don't know.
Yeah.
But so the way it's gone this year, there haven't been very many patsies.
There's not. And well said, Jack. I mean, it's every 1 through 9 in the PSAC West is so even, so close, and just there's a lot of good basketball teams out there. So there's not much separation between us, and so. But to your point about positioning and home court, and our approach has always been we have a little saying that just over the door before we go out, take the floor, and just it just says, see a little, see a lot. Okay, see a lot, see nothing. And what we mean by that is we want to just see what's right in front of us right now, the things that we can control. See a little right here, next game, next opponent. What do we need to grow coming out of last night's game to get better at? And that stuff down the road, that'll kind of take care of itself. So that's kind of been our approach the last 9 seasons, and it's something that we'll continue to do. I just think you got to keep your team in the moment, keep them focused on the things that they can control, and we only have the grace for right now. We don't have the grace for next week's game yet. So let's grow today. Let's get better, and let's focus on our next opponent.
Okay, next opponent is Gannon. Saturday, 1 o'clock. Go to the Hammer Mill Center. I understand it's Hall of Fame weekend up there. So they're going to bring back people, and IUP always draws well in the area at the that beautiful place to play, the Hammer Mill. It's got a lot of tradition. You lost the first time 60-52, and you came back in the fourth quarter, actually, and outscored them 15-7, but it wasn't just enough. What I remember about that game, you tell me what you remember, but they got a lot of inside scoring that time. And Priosco, Samantha Priosco, she was the main culprit. She's somebody can really hurt you, huh? So you got to focus on the bigs.
I think that's one of the strengths of their team. They have a really strong inside attack, and they really utilize that, and so that's something in our preparation that we're focusing on, is try to take away the points in the paint. But you mentioned it's Hall of Fame weekend up there, and our players, there's just something about them. They really respond going on the road, and whatever challenges, whatever the atmosphere is, they really embrace it and relish it. And I just, this week, for example, we were at Slippery Rock, and they had a good crowd there and recruited the football team to come out, and the place was rocking, and our players were just unfazed by it, and just, I thought, played really good basketball. They seemed to really rise to the occasion, in those moments, in those settings. And so I think it's something that they look forward to. They like playing in front of the big crowds and on the road against a really good opponent.
There must be something to it, because you, Coach Lombardi, Coach Tortorella all tell me the same thing. And I know it's not a broken record, but but we love the KCAC. Don't get us wrong; it's one of the best facilities in the country in Division II, and that's been proven. Well, we're to the point, and I know. I did want to ask you this. I had a note on here that a listener, a fan, said, "Ask the coach about transfer portal." Now, this has been come about, and it's almost sometimes I term it as free agency.
Yeah.
We see it a lot in football. We see it a lot in men's basketball. What's it like with the women's basketball? Is it as are there as many people on this thing, or what? How is it compared to the others?
I'm not sure about the other sports to make a judgment or an assessment.
What about the women's side?
But to me, it's just as prevalent and it's just as popular for players in women's basketball as I see in other sports, and I think it's going to continue to be that way for a while. And it's something that we, really will keep our eye on. And if there's a good player that is a good fit for our program, it's something that we're really open to. We've had, from the Division I level, I don't want to start naming names because I always leave somebody off, but before the portal, we've had, Lauren Wolisick came to us from Central Connecticut State, and Natalie Myers came from Youngstown State. Division II, Audrey Stapleton came over, and Anna Holland from UPJ, came over. And I know I'm leaving somebody out, who's came in, and I that's why I don't like to mention it, but all of them, have made an impact on our program. And, this year we had Eliza Oswald come over before her injury, from Mercyhurst. So, it's something we definitely want to do. Yeah. And I think can impact our team.
Yeah, Eliza's something else because she's part of the team, and she's had to go through 2 surgeries, and she's just a wonderful lady that comes by. She's a great fan, and just somebody to have a support staff and a part of the team that.
Yeah, at some point, I would love for maybe you to have her on, and for everybody to meet her and to know her story and. What the last 2 years have been like for her with her thyroid cancer and her surgeries, and she has continued to just be this light for all of us, for our staff, for our players. She's such an encourager, and just I look forward to every day going in that gym, knowing I'm going to see her, and she's going to just say something or do something that's going to make you laugh or uplift you. She's just so passionate about the game, so passionate about life, and she's really, without having played she got in a game or 2 early, impacted all of us in a big way. She's a very, very special young lady.
Well, okay, next up is Gannon. And go from there, one at a time, as we all do, day to day, and all that sort of cliche type stuff. And I would think, I don't know, the ladies seem to be a very resilient group. They were cheering on the guys the other night there. They hung around for that, and they seem to bounce back quickly.
And that's one of the things I think it speaks to their character that they brought to the program, and that's a credit to their parents, and collectively they've all been able to just have this mindset, okay, let's embrace the process of growth, let's learn, let's grow, we got the next one up, and let's continue to strive to get better.
Gannon will be a challenge, but aren't they all?
For sure.
Coach, thank you, appreciate it.
Great to be with you, Jack.
You bet. Coach Tom McConnell with his team 16-6. Go to Gannon, 1 o'clock. We'll have the game for you at U92.5 at 12:45. And don't forget then Monday with the fans, Slippery Rock, 7 o'clock back at the KCAC. Be back with Hawk Talk. We have Coach Joe Lombardi on deck, and he'll be next up when we come to you live from the Hilton Garden Inn. Thanks to the coach. Back right after we take this time out.
The Co-op store has the largest selection of IUP gifts and apparel. The Co-op is always there with its convenient location and hours. The Co-op store has been serving IUP and the Indiana community since 1933, and all profits are returned to the students through campus programs and activities. The Co-op has all your campus needs from the dorm to the classroom. Visit us online at www.iupstore.com.
Hi, this is Zach, and welcome to Gingerbread Man Running Company, proudly located in the heart of Indiana on Philadelphia Street since 2009. We offer the top models from the best brands of running and walking shoes. Stop in today for your free gait analysis from our expertly trained staff. We are happy to help solve any foot or shoe issue you may have. Please visit our website for more information. Gingerbread Man Running. Catch us if you can.
Hey everyone, this is Ryan at Four Wheeling for Less, your local ATV and side-by-side dealership. We specialize in buying, selling, and servicing all major makes and models. In our sales department, we offer financing, warranties, and purchase appraisals. Our service department will keep you up and running for your next adventure, and our parts and accessories department can help you find whatever you're looking for. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or get service work done, visit our website, give us a call, or stop by today.
I'm with the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. And Jack, finally, you will be back in the booth broadcasting the Hawks. How good does that feel?
Mark, I'll tell you what, I can't wait. It is about time that I get back there.
And we'd like to invite your business to join our Hawks Booster Club.
That's right, back the best, the IUP Crimson Hawks, and help us sponsor the games for thousands of listeners on air and online. Check out the Crimson Hawks Sports Booster Plan, which is attached. And we're back with you live here. We're switching coaches, and Coach Joe Lombardi coming in. We have a special guest for you a little bit later on. Armani Foster is in the house too, so we're going to make it an interesting Hawk Talk. We're glad to have you with us, folks, here live from the Hilton Garden Inn. And Coach Joe with us right now. I better do this to turn the page. But I think I know what I'm going to ask you. But anyway,
much, Jack.
Good to have Coach with us here.
Yeah, great to be here, Jack.
Yeah.
Always fun to be with you.
All right, Coach is in. Team's in with a record of 21-2. Bring you up to date. First place in the division, 15-2 in the division. I went to the PSAC website and I looked at the standings. And there's one star in there, and it's for IUP because you're the only team so far, East or West, that's qualified for the playoffs. So I know there's a lot of steps after this, but that's a nice. We take things for granted because we're spoiled.
Yeah, not everybody makes them, Jack. They get 6 teams in the West, 6 in the East, make the playoffs every year. So we're glad to have done that last night, and we obviously have bigger aspirations, but
sure.
But we'll take them one step at a time and be grateful for the ones that we're able to acquire, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, last night, final score, if you didn't hear, and I hope you heard, but, IUP came up with an 87-79 win over Cal. Down early in the game, 24-8. It's not the first time that you've been, the teams have been down by a lot. But you know what? In watching this team and broadcasting this team, it doesn't seem to affect them. They seem to have this thing about them that, okay, it's early in the game. It's this particular point. We play our game. We'll be okay. Do you get that feeling?
Yeah, I think our team has an overall confidence in themselves. And then, once you do that, once you're able to come back like that one time, you certainly, there's a much greater calmness the next time you fall in a hole. I mean, actually down at Cal this year, what was the score down there, Jack? You remember? Probably went down 17.
17, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
so
sure.
So it was real similar. I don't know why they jump on us so early in the game. And then 2 years ago here at the KCAC, we fell behind 24-4. So it was 20 at that point, early in the game. So, hey, it's okay. They don't give out any medals for the people that get a fast start. Okay.
No, you don't get any medals for halftime, do you?
No,
for half the game.
No, halftime wins and losses. So, it's and games come in different ways. People come in, they look at the banners, they see the stuff. Okay, so they're they're good. They're going to be excited about playing us, and our guys were excited last night too. That doesn't mean we're not excited about it, but they have a lot more to like less to lose and a lot more to gain, and
Sure.
being the underdog, and I think that's a reason for a lot of teams when they give a burst early on, and then and our guys know that, and we just got to kind of weather it and get to halfway point and a half, and then get back into the game at halftime, and then we kind of feel like the second half will be our time.
Well, and you've been a strong second half team, and Cal is so much improved in the last couple of years. Came in 7 out of 8 wins. No fans for the last couple of games. We're going to have them back starting Monday, and then next week for the we have 3 home games in a row later on. The adaptability of these players to playing with no fans, it seemed to have hurt the fans more. We want to see basketball, but they come out and they played hard. All the time.
Did. They very proud of them. Very proud of them. They didn't. I want to say wallow in their sorrows. They didn't woe me. They didn't act. They didn't play the victim card. And I think too many people play the victim card nowadays. Everybody, it's almost fashionable in society to be a victim. Okay, and that's not how we're built. That's not what our culture is. Okay, we're disappointed. It's unfortunate, but there's a lot of unfortunate things going on in the world. We try to keep in mind that we're still blessed to still play the game, and. But after a big rivalry game at Slippery Crock with a wonderful crowd and our kids be able to come back and win that game, it was a little bit probably going to be a little letdown no matter which way, even if we had the crowd on Monday. So I was real concerned about first of all it's a trap game, it's a letdown. You got to play a team you just beat 2 days later. There are no crowd. That's a different dynamic. But our guys were bigger than that. And these last 2 games, and then Cal after those 2 games, and then the 3rd game in 5 days, and it speaks to more so the character of the leaders on our team, okay, and the kids that we have on the team. That wasn't coaching that got that done. Those last 2 games was done with from internally, and we talk all the time about good teams are coach driven. I told them a couple weeks ago, I'll get you to 20, but I can't get you to be great. And you got to figure out. You got to decide yourself in that locker room that you want to be great and go that extra. And I think we have good leadership and they're making that commitment.
I got to bring up these young players that you have on the team, and the freshman, Mr. London, England guy, Tomowa Suleiman. Whenever you recruited him, first of all, I don't know how you came upon him, but we saw initially that. I saw in the one game that I was able to do last year that we streamed. I thought, boy, this kid is going to be good defensively. Looks like he's going to be a great rebounder. Now he's coming along and he's proving that he can score too. Did you know that he had that in him, or all along that, if you watch him, he's eventually going to be a good offensive player?
Yeah. Jack, to be honest with you, I don't know what I know a lot of times. So
I'll go along with that.
Well, we were watching another kid on tape, and Ron Fadala was saying, we're watching him, but I kind of like this other kid for this other team. So we just kind of started exploring him and watching him more. And we saw a guy that had a high motor and very athletic, and that kind of attracted us to him, and had some decent offensive skills. Okay, but it was a really good package. But we watched it off tape. It was the year we couldn't go out and really see anybody in person. They couldn't come to campus. So the tape can sometimes be deceiving, and you make some more mistakes off of tape if you're just going off of tape than you normally would. But he's certainly not a mistake. I think he's the best defender in the conference. Okay, he just makes it tough for people to score. It's just he blocks some shots, defensive rebounds. He's aggressive. He can guard 1 through 5, all 5 positions on the floor. I wouldn't vote anybody else better defensive player than him. That's his mainstay, and that's his calling card. Okay, but now that he's got more minutes, got a little more comfortable, he's put a lot of work into his shot. Not a 3-point shooter yet, but a very good 2-point shooter out to the old arc, say. And He's just evolving, a little bit of it coming out. We're not looking for him to get double digits every game. It's not like, he has to do that. He just has to keep being who he is and to come to him. We don't run anything for him. It's not like, okay, let's get Tom in the water shot. But Ethan and Armani draw so much attention in the lane area that he gets some stuff done spacing, and they have to rotate to him and different things. So he takes advantage. He took great advantage of those things yesterday.
Yes. Yes. Was he actually? So you were actually looking at some other player, and you saw him on the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, recruiting. There's a lot of stories like that.
A lot of luck too sometimes.
Yeah, it is good fortune. But you know what? The more stones you turn over, the luckier you get. So, you have to be working hard at combing through things too.
Mm-hmm. The team's been really consistent this year when you look at numbers and stats and defensive numbers, number one in the league and so on. But one thing that's really been good too are the free throws, and you really did it yesterday. I mean, 28 for 35. You're 77% on the year, which is really great. 19 for 22 in the second half, and even some guys, I won't say who, miss a one-on-one once in a while. But actually,
you know what?
That's been really solid for you.
Jack, we do nothing to coach it either. And we don't even practice it a lot. I mean, kids do it when they do shooting and they need a break. They work on some free throws. I don't want to make it sound like we don't do anything, but it's not one of those things where, okay, we got to shoot 50 every day and we got to analyze it and we got to do it. Sometimes you coach free throws better when you leave it alone. Some coaches you can very easily overcoach free throws, okay? Mm-hmm. Having the kid think about too much when he's up there on the line. So, yeah, that's helped us being a good free throw shooting team. And then yesterday, you got to keep finding ways to win. We didn't win with our shooting yesterday. We won with good defense in the second half. We won with a low turnover total. And then, other games we won with rebounding the ball. And that's a sign of a real good team, or a team if you're going to have a really, really good year. You got to keep finding. You got different multiple ways to win games, and you just can't do it every night the same way.
All right, we're going to be back in just a moment, and we're going to back with the coach, and we'll see who shows up here. We're doing Hawk Talk live from the Hilton Garden Inn. Glad to be with you on U92Radio.com and also on U92 Facebook page. We'll be back with Hawk Talk right after we take this time out.
Hi, this is Zach, and welcome to Gingerbread Man Running Company, proudly located in the heart of Indiana on Philadelphia Street since 2009. We offer the top models from the best brands of running and walking shoes. Stop in today for your free gait analysis from our expertly trained staff. We are happy to help solve any foot or shoe issue you may have. Please visit our website for more information. Gingerbread Man Running. Catch us if you can.
Hey everyone, this is Ryan at Four Wheeling for Less, your local ATV and side-by-side dealership. We specialize in buying, selling, and servicing all major makes and models. In our sales department, we offer financing, warranties, and purchase appraisals. Our service department will keep you up and running for your next adventure, and our parts and accessories department can help you find whatever you're looking for. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or get service work done, visit our website, or give us a call, or stop by today.
I'm with the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. And Jack, finally, you will be back in the booth broadcasting the Hawks. How good does that feel?
Oh, Mark, I'll tell you what, I can't wait. It is about time that I get back there.
And we'd like to invite your business to join our Hawks Booster Club.
That's right, back the best, the IUP Crimson Hawks, and help us sponsor the games for thousands of listeners on air and online. Check out the Crimson Hawks Sports Booster Plan, which is attached. Welcome back, everybody. Jack Benedict here, along with Coach Joe Lombardi. Look who showed up in between in the house at the Hilton Garden Inn. Armani Foster with us right now.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, good to be with you. Let me do this here. I can reach. Pardon my reach. There we go. Good to have you come over.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you bet. A while back, it's been a few years now because you've been at IUP for a few years.
Yeah.
I heard about this kid playing at Meadville, so I'm watching the video. That's one thing that's great now, you can go on there, not like the old days. And so, this kid, he's coming to IUP. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
In the first place, why did you pick IUP? What sold you?
my recruiting process was kind of a little not like the others. So like, I got hurt my junior year in high school. So like, a lot of the D1 coaches didn't really want to talk to me or anything like that. So I did my research and looked up on the internet and just seeing like around the PSAC schools, and like I was a winner in high school, so I wanted to be a winner in college too. So I just looked up on the rosters and I seen Malik Miller was on IUP. So I was like, oh, all right. So I seen him there, and then I just emailed Coach Lombardi, and then he got right back to me like second period high school, second period. So, and then after that, I was like, he sent Trey Woodall to my game, and then my mom actually been watching Trey Woodall for a long period of time. So like that was a big deal right there. So that was one of the things. And he came to my game, and then I had a big game, and then after that I had a visit. He called me down for a visit, and then just talked to him on the phone, called me down there, and then I just liked everything about the school. Came down here for the visit, and then stuff like that.
And you were with Malik too.
Yeah. So,
yeah. This is what you saw in him, besides being a great player?
Oh, absolutely. There was a lot of potential there. We were very excited when he got the program, and we knew someday he would. We had hopes and projected him out to someday be the type of player he is. Okay.
Yeah, well, the type of player you are, and people that have seen you play, second in the league in scoring. I know you're up there in assists and all. So I tell people, I said, if you watch Armani play and you come after the game and you look and you see he had 19, 20 points around his average, I said, that's the quietest 20 points I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You are a complete player. You try to be that, don't you?
Yeah, I don't really worry about the points or worry about all the accolades and stuff like that. I just try to go out there and just play to my best of my abilities for my teammates, and just go out there and just try to play as hard as I can for them. So
I worry about the points, Jack.
I'm sure you do.
I need him to score some points. So
So
but if I can interject there,
sure.
The thing with Armani is, last week we did a little checking up, and out of all of college basketball, all divisions, okay, he's the only guy averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Okay,
the only one.
That is, his strength and talent lends itself to his diversity. Okay, and if his coach wasn't playing him 40 minutes, he'd probably even be a bigger standout on defense.
How do you like this 40-minute deal?
I mean, I just try to do what's best for my team. I just put my body on the line for them, and they know that I'll do whatever I can for them. So I just try to do that every night. So I just. With the defense, I know I'm a better defensive player than I've been showing, but like playing 40 minutes, I have to pick and choose like when I have to play hard on defense, when I have to go get this rebound, when I have to try to score, when I have to get him a shot or stuff like that. So it's just a lot of things being thrown at me at once, and I think I'm handling it very well. So.
Well, you've been named, I know, on several occasions as Defensive Player of the Week, and it's like sometimes pitchers, they say, boy, you pitched a great game. Yeah, but I got myself a hit. Yeah. So would you prefer, I know you like the offense, but it's nice to get that defensive accolade too,
yeah,
isn't
for
it?
sure, because it shows that I'm a very versatile player, not just on the offense. I can bring a lot to the table, which is playing defense and just getting stops, locking somebody's best player down and stuff like that. So
I don't want to leave out the triple-double earlier this year. I'm glad you left him in long enough. I think it was to get an extra rebound, maybe. Says, Coach, he needs one more rebound.
Two triple-doubles, Jack.
Yeah, you're the only one in Division II.
Yeah, that's just credited all of my teammates. I can't get it without them making shots and stuff.
I got to bring this up because last night I'm keeping track, as everybody is, on the all-time scoring and so on. I know you don't care about that as much, and it's a team thing with you, which is the number one thing. But last night you passed 4 Hall of Famers, and I saw 3 of them: Gary Lupick, Randy Allen, Sam Scott, and Jeff Brown. And I got to tell you, if those 4 guys and you were on the court, nobody beat you. Believe me. Those were 4, great players.
Yeah,
and
a couple of those guys were playing with a peach basket.
Yeah,
too. Jack has seen them. Jack's seen them all. Jack, and again, I don't get into statistics a lot. Matter of fact, I don't even look at our team stats a whole lot. Okay, someone would ask me because I just get into the process and the game-to-game, performance and execution and stuff like that. But This guy over the last 4 years, if you want to count last year, okay, over the last 4 years, the biggest stat is he's 91-8. Okay, 91-8, and that's a 90% winning percentage. And then I don't know. I didn't do the statistics. I'm not going to look it up. Okay, but I can't imagine anybody else has had that type of winning percentage over 90% during the last 3-4 years.
Yeah. What are you majoring in?
Criminal justice.
Oh. How was it meeting Darrell Webb the other day after the Slippery Rock game? Darrell Webb, all-time leading scorer, rebounder at IUP.
I mean, it was kind of weird because I see his face walking out of practice, like he's hung up on just numbers retired. So seeing his face in person and just meeting him, he had a lot of nice words for us and just a lot of nice encouragement for us. So it was nice seeing him.
And he's coming out of police academy, right?
Yeah, he just got out of the 6-month training program, state policeman, and he'll be assigned here soon.
Oh, that's tremendous. Yeah, that's got to be. That was a thrill for me.
Yeah, so yeah.
Why not? This guy that we remember from.
It was good seeing him, Jack. He was there with his wife, and he's got a couple young kids, and they're getting older, they're getting bigger, and it's just kind of neat being able to see these guys go from college and develop into strong citizens in the community.
I know one thing that Coach likes with players as they come along is to get more leadership, and not everybody is born with it, and it's hard to, I think, ingrain that in some players. But have you kind of taken, because you've been here now for a while, people are looking up to you, that type of role?
Yeah, and it just came from the leaders I had before me, like looking up to Anthony Glover and stuff like that, watching him do it when I sat out my first year, and then watching Malik, how he grew like through his college career and became that leader, and just people like Chucky and being around them. So it's kind of helped me just being around them and just growing, just helped me be that leader and just help me just go out there and just be that person that people can count on, and just day in and day out.
Chucky Humphreys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, we see him around. He's coaching, I think now, isn't he? Somewhere.
He's got some 5th and 6th grade girls AAU team.
Hey, listen, you talk about coaching. That'll test you. Okay, coming up, we've got 5 games left. I know we go day to day, game by game, all that sort of thing. We talk about. We haven't played with fans for the last couple of games. They're going to be back. But you're going to have fans on Saturday. Yeah. And it's a Hall of Fame weekend up there. And they love to go against IUP. Yeah. How do you feel going into that? That gets me excited.
Yeah, it feels good. And we have a lot of people from that area, around that area. So I feel like we'll have a good turnout of fans up there too. So it's just going to be a nice, good environment and just exciting for us to play out there with them.
And we got some loud fans, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like our fans travel well. So
you have a nice family that comes along.
Yeah, so I think we'll be good up there, have a nice little crowd cheering us on. So
now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're instrumental in getting David here, Morris, right?
Yeah.
Tell us that story.
Yeah, me and David, we go back like a long time ago. So I haven't played. We've been trying to play with each other for like since 4th, 5th grade. So once we got the opportunity, I seen that he didn't like his situation in Tennessee State. Like some things went wrong in there. I was the first person to call him to let him know that this is possible, that we can like do what we've finally been wanting to do. So then he didn't really like know too much about the D2 stuff, and then I told him that like we have a good family here, like it's a good program, like it basically feels like Division I here. So, and then he came down here for a visit, and then he clicked with people on the team like Shondell. He got Shondell aboard and stuff like that. So then it all just clicked. So,
what was it like when Shondell got hurt?
It was very devastating, and just like because we were expected to have a big year. He was having a big year. So
was he ever?
So
yes.
Yeah, it was just when he went down, it was just why is this happening? But then we just had to overcome. Just next person up, just overcome. So just keep overcoming. So.
And here's the other thing, Coach, you and I have talked about, and one of the questions for you was, are we going to see Tommy D before the end of the year? I know it's been, I've asked you this so many times, and I hate to be redundant, but I know the fans would love to see him back. He would love to be back.
Yeah, we'd like to see him back. But it's all there's struggling with a lot of pain in his knee.
Yeah.
So nobody can predict that. It's like if you have a direct injury, a break, a crack, something you can project out. Okay, You'll be ready in 2 weeks. He's rested it. He's starting to do some things. He's feeling better, and we'll just see where it goes. And then when he comes back, we'll bring him in slowly, okay, and hope that he can find his rhythm over the next few weeks.
Okay. Armani Foster with us here. Armani, when the COVID hit, I know what I was doing. Nothing. And I was furloughed.
Yeah.
I had no football. I had no basketball for IUP. And, man, that was horrible.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I was working out a lot. I had this little gym. I was fortunate to have a gym. So I just got in there with my trainer and then just worked out a lot. So just pretty much just worked out and just worked on my game and just tried to relax as much as I could and just get ready for the season. So
you do so many things well. What would you like to do? What would you like to improve upon?
Definitely just being a better leader. Just whenever things are not going well for me, just trying to inspire people on the defensive end if my shots not going in. Just keep trying to be a better leader for my teammates. So the team's going to go as far as me as David, and then leaders just lead them. So as far as that, I think that's what I can work on the most. So.
Yeah, you got a couple of good leaders there, and you guys been around. They've been around for a while, and that extra year, you forget. Like when you talk about how these players have been here X number of years, I think, oh my gosh, this will never end. But that's good because you're winning.
Yeah,
and that's what it's all about. 13 straight years of 20 wins or more for the IUP basketball program is just Coach and I talked about. It's the great stability and consistency that you show for everybody that's been involved.
Yeah, and it's definitely the culture that he's built over here in the years that he's been here. So the culture in the locker room, that's where it starts at, and putting out on the court. So.
Well, we see it with all the pictures that are around and all the guys that have come through here. But, Coach, I know you've had a lot of great assistants come through, too, that you've talked about.
Yeah, it's all just been really blessed and grateful for great assistants and great players and feel like I'm representing a great institution with a lot of things to offer. So there's a lot of reasons why the success comes, okay? I kind of just... The bus is loaded up. I just got to kind of drive it a little bit, Jack, most years.
And, of course, stop for donuts. That's an inside thing, but most people know what's going on. Armani, thanks a lot for coming by. I'm glad Coach invited you over, and be looking forward to watching more action here coming up at Gannon on Saturday. That's a place that they redid a few years ago. I think they had a big fire there, but, the Hammer Mill Center has had a lot of great players, a lot of great action come through there. They were a power before they reached the PSAC. Remember
sure.
Coach?
They have a long history of NCAA tournaments, and we're excited. I always like it. I call it the Palestra of the West. Okay, comparable just because it's the old structure, concrete all the way up, and it's just a nice environment to play for. And I'm always, to be honest with you, I think teams get a little excited when they come in to play at our place. I kind of get a little excited when we get the chance to go play up there.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Armani.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Coach.
Thanks,
all right, we're glad to have you with us here for Hawk Talk. Coach Lombardi, Coach McConnell, and Armani Foster. Coming up, we've got IUP basketball on Saturday at Gannon, 12:45. Start the doubleheader, and the guys will be playing next. Before you know it, at home again. So. Come on out and see them at the KCAC, and keep listening on U92 Radio and here at U92 Facebook page. For John Smathers and for Mark BERTIG and the crew and Danielle Pisarczyk and all of us, Jack Benedict, have a nice evening.